Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me Nelson Lokombo, who's a safety out of Saskatchewan University. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing great. It's great to have some CFL talent here. I mean, I realize you're one of the top CFL prospects coming up in this draft, but I also know that there's some NFL teams that are interested. I mean, you had a very prolific career, very athletic guy, great playmaker. Need to know a whole lot more about you so that people can sort of just dig into your film. But before we kind of get into all that, just tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me where you're from, and just give me a brief history if you don't mind.
Yeah. I was born in Abbotsford, BC. Grew up there. Um, Youngest of seven siblings. I had two brothers growing up who played football. Used to watch them all the time, and that's really how I fell in love with the game. Um, After that, grew up playing football from the age of 12. Then went to high school at WJ Moy. Played there for 4 years. Afterwards, I got recruited by Scout 4 to play at the U of S University, and then that's really how it happened.
Great. So, I mean, I guess now you are the third brother to come through there, and who's the better athlete? I mean, are you guys still competitive? I mean, what do you think? I mean,
I'll be a little biased and say myself, but we're really both great.
that's right. I mean, that's what we got
Yeah.
to tell people. So, I mean, but I realized, did both of your brothers play professionally? I mean, is that accurate?
No, well,
I
my
know
oldest
Bo
brother
did.
Beloy
Yeah.
played at Minnesota at university,
Hmm.
and then he started a family of his own. So Bo is really the only one that's playing professional.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, at the very least, you have some person in your family who's been through it, who you can sort of, I don't know, chat with about this whole process. But I mean, it could be that you're the one that's going to get a lot of the hype, everything, because I mean, a lot of people know your name. You've had a very great career there at Saskatchewan. I realized this past season nobody really played football in Canada, which was unfortunate. But if we go back the previous season to 2019, you had an excellent year, named to the All Canada team. But even more so than that, you were named best defensive player. In getting that President's Trophy. I mean, how did that feel? Getting that award.
It was a great feeling. It was a great feeling. I was out there, and I actually had my mom watch me win that award, so that was really awesome. A great time. Um, and it felt awesome because that the off season prior, I was switching positions. I was getting used to playing boundary half, which is the hybrid safety position in the Canadian ball. Um, and it was really my first time playing at that position. So it was really credited to the hard work that I put in during the off season.
So let's just kind of ease into that. I mean, you're talking a little bit about you transitioning to a different position. What do you believe is like maybe the best thing you bring to the table as an athlete? And just kind of describe, who you are as a defensive back, man. Like, where am I putting you there in the secondary?
Yeah. Well, in high school, we actually play American rules. I ended up playing some corner primarily. I played a little bit of safety as well. Um, and I also played a little bit of linebacker. So when I transitioned to the university level, I started off at corner my first 2 years, both boundary and field corner. And then third year, transitioned to half and played a little bit of safety. So I think I'm the type of player that can play anywhere. I think I'm versatile. I think I can blitz. I can play the run. I can, you know, play all that. So I think, yeah, that's basically where I stand. A very versatile player, in my opinion.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I was watching some of your highlights. if you go on YouTube, you're able to find your highlights, which are really fantastic. I mean, I saw you, getting some great tackles, causing some fumbles. You had two pick sixes in 2019, which is just great. I mean, you had five interceptions that year, and you were blitzing the quarterback, making some great plays in the backfield. Quite honestly, like if I had to put you, at the, again, I'm looking at it from the NFL perspective. I'd probably either put you at free safety, or even put you back at corner. I mean, as a guy your size, about 5'11", 190, you could probably play either free safety, slot corner, or either one of the corner positions. I mean, I feel like you are a very athletic guy who can really run with the best of them. So I could probably put you at either boundary or field with no problem. Um, but as we move along in this draft process, really the next thing for every athlete is pro days. So tell us a little bit about your pro day. When's that coming up?
Yeah. Right now we're training 6 days a week. With our strength and conditioning coordinator. Right now we're set to have our sort of combine slash pro date in April, first week of April, around April 2nd. So
Right. So, I mean, do you have any goals for that pro day? I mean, maybe any numbers that you're trying to attain? I mean, what are you trying to do for this pro day?
right now, of course, yeah, I want to show that I can run. Hopefully, I can run sub 4.4 or under. That'd be nice. That's kind of the goal for me right now. But other than that, as long as I can test well, it should go well.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I anticipate you actually having a pretty decent combine. I mean, I'm pretty certain that you are able to get probably like four ish somewhere. So again, if people turn on the tape, they see you making a whole bunch of plays. I have this feeling that all of those testing numbers are going to do well for you. So if you can maybe give us a little bit of insight as to you as a student of the game, talk to me about maybe a moment where you were studying your opponent and that just sort of played out in the game time situation. So walk me through a moment where you as a student of the game, really played out.
Of course. During the season, we watched film pretty extensively. We every day film work, film meetings, and even at home, we had access to film. So I try to put as much effort into that. We would take notes and do lots of film work. I would say probably during the third week of the season when we were playing Regina, there's one route combination that I had seen play out at least 15 times in weeks prior, and I just saw it coming and ended up getting a pick. And the way it happened was pretty effortlessly, in my opinion, because we had watched film and studied so much that became second nature.
Great. So, is there maybe another moment of your career that you want to share? I mean, maybe like your, I don't know, maybe one of your best highlights of a game. I mean, obviously, again, going back to 2019, had a shaky start team-wise there at the beginning, but you guys were able to just kind of hit it hard there towards the end, getting yourself all the way to the championship game. So, um, talk to me maybe about maybe again your most memorable best highlight of your career.
I'd probably say one of my favorite moments was winning the Hardy Cup. That was probably one of my most memorable team moments, but at the individual level, I would probably say against Regina, week 3 of 2019, getting that pick six was a great moment for me because I had my brother watch in the stands. I think that was a really cool moment.
Great. So here's a question for you. If we were to have the ability, go back in time a little bit, give your younger self just a tidbit of advice. Again, I'm talking about like your high school self to,
Right.
again, just give him some advice to prepare him for the next 4 or 5 years. What would you tell a younger Nelson?
I would sit myself down and tell myself, my younger self, to stay driven and keep working hard because the sky is the limit for you. I think that's something I would want to hear as a younger.
Yeah, I mean, I think, when I talk to people about giving advice to themselves, I mean, this is usually what I get. And it's kind of like along some sort of a spectrum where it's, hey, I did something bad. I'd probably go back and, smack myself around a little bit. Or, if I went back, I think maybe I would just tell my younger self to be patient, maybe encourage him a little bit, such as what you just said.
Yeah.
Obviously a good kid, really didn't get into trouble, going to be a great teammate for anybody who gives you that opportunity. Um, but tell me something more about yourself that maybe not everybody knows. I mean, realize you graduated, or your major is kinesiology there.
Yeah.
So tell me maybe what you've done there as a student, or anything else about yourself that you want to share. Hobbies, interests, anything about yourself.
Yeah, I would consider myself a pretty simple guy. I like to go do my work, do everything, study up for school, do all that, and then just hang out, you know, watch some TV. I do play the piano. I'm self-taught, and right now I'm trying to learn how to play the guitar. So I'd say I'm musically, fairly musically gifted. Um, but other than that, there isn't really too much about myself that's extremely interesting. But yeah, I would consider myself a good person, a good teammate. So
Gotcha. So you're self-taught piano, trying to learn how to play the guitar.
yeah,
What style or music are we playing these days? I mean, what are you
classical,
trying to pick up?
Beethoven, some classical Beethoven, anything.
Nice. Well, I mean, either one's fun, man. I think it's great that you have a talent that you can use. I got a guitar behind me here, but I mean, I don't get it out as often as I probably should.
Yeah,
But it's fun to hear that you're have some musical talents. I like that. Um, So here's like the time that I try and give people the opportunity to give some shout outs to some people that have just kind of helped them along the way. I mean, obviously, like we said, I mean, you had your brothers that went before you that just kind of paved the way for you. But I mean, anybody else that we need to acknowledge that has helped get you to where you are. Coaches, teammates, anybody that you want to give some love to.
yeah. There's a lot of people in the way that's helped shape me to where I'm at right now. Um, right now, it's gonna be hard, and I apologize in advance for not naming everybody. But um, of course, you got my brothers who were really influential and played a huge part as to why I'm playing football in the first place. Um, my mom, of course, is somebody that I have to give credit to. Uh, Sacrificed so much to me, along with my dad as well. So them too. Um, all my teammates throughout my football career, all my coaches throughout my football career have also helped me out. Of course, Coach Forey for giving me a chance, and the other coaching staff for seeing the potential in me and putting me in the right positions to make plays and right position to you know be a good player on the team. Um, so yeah, I guess my friends too, who have been there to support me throughout my university career. Um, I guess that's I think that's everybody.
Yeah, that's fine, man. I mean, it's kind of hard because I mean, you don't want to leave anybody out, but I mean, it's definitely
Yeah,
cool that you got to acknowledge those people that are your biggest fans. Obviously your family, but and also some friends. So you got a whole lot of people that have been cheering you on over the years, kind of being your support group and everything, which you got to have as an athlete. Um, so next question I have for you, Nelson, as we start to wrap up, is that why question. Why do you play football? Why did you start playing football? and just kind of, your motivation. So talk to me about that whole why.
Yeah, I think it's always important to look back and to think about why you do something or why you're passionate about something. I think for me, um, for one, like I said before, having my brothers, watching them growing up, playing the sport that you know you envisioned playing, really helped uh, my determination towards the game. Um, I think also just how passionate I became about the game of football, just watching it every day. I remember being a child watching NFL Network and just binge watching every show, every little feature that they had, and I just fell in love with it. That's really a huge reason why I play football. Um, and yeah, I think also it's the relationships I've built throughout playing this game. It's pretty cool to see some of the friends you've made over the course of your lifetime playing the playing football, and that's only going to continue to get bigger with the more time I put in with the game.
Awesome. And the very final thing for you, Nelson, is to give your pitch to all the professional teams out there, whether it be CFL or NFL. Because I mean, quite frankly, I do feel like you do have some NFL teams that are interested. You were invited to the the virtual Shrine Bowl, and had some experience there with some players. So definitely a lot of people interested really want to know your story. But give your pitch to all those people as to why they need to take a chance on you and draft you. What kind of a teammate would you be?
Yeah. Um, as a teammate, I think you're gonna look at me and you're gonna see that I'm not gonna let anybody down. I work extremely hard. I like to push not only myself but others to get better. Um, I think as a player on the field, you put me out there, I'm gonna make a play. I think I'm extremely versatile. I can play in any position really. I think uh, as well as I adapt quickly. I can come into the system and adapt pretty fairly quickly. I think, and then um, I just extremely passionate about the game, and this game is really has brought a lot to me. So I try to give as much as I can back. So I know that within myself, I'm not gonna stop putting or giving the full effort that I need to.
Great. I mean, if you turn on the tape, if you watch you play, I mean, if you watch your highlights, definitely a huge playmaker. Making plays all over the field. Being used in so many different ways. I mean, whether it's out on special teams as a kick returner, because I mean, I know you've done that, or anywhere there in the secondary, like you said. I mean, you've got a lot of versatility that you bring to the table, whether it be, in the box, kind of in space, or even outside at corner. I mean, there's a lot that you could potentially do at the professional level. I do feel like a lot, like everybody really needs to know your name. I mean, yes, you are a top CFL prospect, but all these NFL teams need to take notice too, because I mean, they'll be missing out if they don't, at the very least, check out your tape. So, Nelson, this has been great getting to know you. I really appreciate your time. Wish you best of luck at your pro day and moving forward from there.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Sure. Again, Nelson Lokombo, safety, Saskatchewan. Check him out.